What's poppin', y'all? While Lil Yachty was on Plaqueboymax stream, I mean, he was showing love. Yachty has always shown love to upcoming content creators or streamers. Like, he was on Aiden stuff, and he's been open to a lot of different types of people. I think he just has a lot more empathy after going through what he went through. That guy went through hell and back in the genre, not gonna lie. I think the only person that may have had it worse is Russ. That's really it. But Yachty goes on and makes some comments towards Plaqueboymax and streamers where I'm like, yo, have you ever looked in a mirror, or not even looked in a mirror, looked at what people think of you? So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Do you agree with that? Be saying streamers the new rappers?
Absolutely not. Streamers lame as hell. Okay. But streamers getting money. Y'all getting money like rappers. Okay. And I respect that. I think that's the name. But y'all definitely getting money like. But one thing about streamers is you can't fake cool. A lot of niggas can be cool. But y'all getting to the bad. Man, y'all getting to the BFG. And y'all, I tell you, y'all more popular. A lot of y'all niggas, y'all pull a crowd way more. Like right now, bro, you could probably, no funny shit, you could probably do an arena, I think. I think like, depending on what city, I think like in LA, you could probably do an arena. I don't know funny. I think you could, it's just you pull something. We got 40,000 people in this bitch.
It's crazy.
So Yachty talking about streamers are lame as hell, but he's like, yeah, you know, y'all getting money like rappers, but you can't fake being cool. Yachty, you're not cool. This is, oh my God, I had to do that move where people take their glasses and just, you know, like scratch their eyes or eyelids, because like, is this guy this unaware? And this goes back, and I'm gonna give you guys a perfect example of this. Yachty is a little bit unaware of, I think he realizes some of an influence he has on his peers and maybe within the music industry and other rappers, but there's no kid on planet Earth that is like, yo, Yachty's fly. That's the coolest rapper right there. Not a single one. There's more saying that about Blueface than they're saying that about you, with all due respect. And this is as somebody that has given Yachty praise. Even the other last video, I think I was talking about Yachty. I was like, yo, we got to give him some credit. And I was firing off some tweets. But let's just rewind a little bit to 2024 to give you guys an example, because some people are going to be like, nah, you know, like Yachty and fashion. No. Hold on. Let's just circle back to 2024 when Yachty was on, I think it was his Safe Place podcast, and he was talking about Atlanta sets the trends, talking about fashion. And I'm gonna play you guys this clip right now where they applied pressure on him, and I don't mean like the internet applied pressure on him, and this was his response. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip first.
Okay, so I guess that in my Cash Cobain interview podcast for Safe Place, there was a conversation about people getting fly, and I made a comment about the Bronx. And I think I said that people from the Bronx can't dress. I think. I'm not sure. Something that upset people. People brought up Mapleton and whatever. But I just want to, and I'm only talking about this because I was going through some of my clothes and I seen this New York jacket. Right? It made me think. It made me think about New York and people from New York. And when I think about the history of just trends, not the history, because if you go back in a certain time, it's for sure New York. But if you think about lately, right? Trends come from Atlanta. Make the joke about me being from Mapleton or whatever. That's cool. Mapleton for life. First off, Mapleton for life. I ain't never been to that Maple. Y'all know nothing about that Maple? First. Second, all the trends come from Atlanta. It's all from Atlanta. For real, ask what I'm confused. Like I first off, I love New York. I got nothing but love for New York. I think a lot of the flyest people in the world were born in New York. That's a fact. But come on, bro. As of lately, Atlanta and LA don't try and get in this. I saw LA trying to, I'm telling you, bro, when it comes to the flyest trend-setting people, it's Atlanta. You can argue with your mama, you can argue with your daddy. I see people from LA trying to get in the conversation. Nothing to do with this. I'm telling you, y'all, high socks and chinos. Chill. Atlanta. All right? Flies, trendsetters, everything is Atlanta. All 2005 Gucci jacket, by the way, Tom Ford. But Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I apologize to the Bronx if they felt some kind of way about that comment. You know what I'm saying? Mirror down, do your thing. You mirror down, do your thing. I be in New York, so y'all don't rhyme me. Don't rhyme me over a comment. It was a joke. But yeah, Atlanta. Thank you. Argue with your mother and your father.
Brother, it is not Atlanta. What is he talking about? What young person is, what fashion trends are people following due to Atlanta? Now, you could say some brands that people are wearing are from Atlanta, whether it's like Spider or whatever, but no, that's not the case. And one thing I don't like is how we tried to throw strays at the West Coast because, yeah, like let's say West Coast fashion, it's not as influential as maybe New York or perhaps even Atlanta. I don't know. But the thing about the West Coast where you got to put respect on their name is they don't care what style trends you got. They don't care what the other 48, 49 states, or they don't care what the other 49 states are wearing. The reason why I say like 48 because like, yeah, they've got different cultures to a degree in the Alaska, Hawaii. So it would be like 47. But regardless, they don't care what the other states got going on. They don't care what's popping over there. They said this is fly in California. This is what we like as a sound in California. And this is what we're going to keep rocking with. So really, it's actually impressive, even if you say that they're not fly and they dress whack, the fact that they stay with their style and they love their style so much that they're not willing to adopt something that everyone else is adopting because it's a trend. So you got to give West Coast credit for that. Like, now let's not play with them like that. And let's not also play with the fact that people from the West Coast, their fashion, even if you talk about like 80s, 90s hip hop, which a lot of their kind of style is still like based on that, that's gone global. What Atlanta style fashion wise has gone global? Like, there are people that are mimicking subcultures in LA, or there are subcultures in other countries, very small groups that are mimicking the styles and fashion of LA from decades ago. So let's not trying to sun LA is, or California in general, is not happening. And then ASAP Nast, he even had to call him out. And honestly, I think the way that he opened this up was exactly what Yachty needed to hear and what he needs to hear again. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
I'm not going to do the back and forth, going back and forth with my doing the whole long one. I'm not doing it. I'm making it short. I'm making it brief. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy, pal. I don't know when, you niggas start believing that you were that guy or y'all had some type of say-so. You're not that guy. Y'all are not those guys, pal. You're not that guy, pal. Sorry. Stop playing with them, though. Stop playing. You know, you me. You me, baby. New York forever. You niggas is tweaking. Stop playing with the game, though, man. Yeah, we rocking this. Yeah, we got that shit on, boy. We got that shit on, boy. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm stimming? You dig me. Come on. You see that Prada drip? Yeah, man. Stop playing. That's how we mix it up. Got that Louis. 101, you know what I'm saying? Come on, real killers, real ones, the originators, boy, stop playing, you niggas bums. Nah, we ain't got no promo coming out, nothing, this ain't no promo, there ain't nothing, yeah, we just drippy, just like that, drippy, yeah, hey, stop playing, God here, man. Me? Only nigga I'm jacking is Cartier, YBL business. All that. All you bums.
It's like Nast said, you are not that guy. Yachty is not that guy. Yachty is not the guy that people are like, yo, I want to behave just like him. Yachty is not the guy that people are like, yo, man, he's fly as hell. Even though, like, yeah, you know, Yachty's probably, like, nobody's like, yo, Yachty dresses like trash. But they're just like, oh, okay. Nobody wants to copy the fits that Yachty has. Nobody thinks that Yachty's the best rapper in the game. We're just going to keep it at, yeah, no. When it comes to cool, nobody is saying that about Yachty. Now, they might say cool as in like, yeah, he's chill. Like, I think Yachty's like chill guy, probably cool guy. But if we're talking about, like, for example, I'll give you guys like an example of somebody that was, let's say, cool, right? And not to me, but to the broader audience, you could say. A$AP Rocky, before he got on whatever goof troop that he's on right now. But that guy, they're like, oh, that guy's cool. Like, he's not trying too hard. He's chilling. He's fly. Now, there was some moments here and there where he's doing stuff where people are like, what the hell? Is that a kill? Like, why are you wearing that? A$AP Rocky, people would say that guy was cool. Virgil, they would say that guy was cool. Who else? I think those are Playboi Carti. People would say that he's cool. Oh, I wouldn't necessarily like. Well, we're talking about people. Playboi Carti, they're like, oh yeah, he's cool. A lot of people adopted Playboi Carti's, not just the way he talks. Yeet, for a moment in time, people were adopting his slang. People were adopting his style. People were adopting the way that he dressed. People have never done that with Yachty ever in life. So the fact that he thinks that he can say, like, yo, y'all streamers is lame as hell. Some of these streamers got more influence than you, especially on the new generation. These guys will have people dressing like them. So I don't think he realizes, like, this age is, like, let's say 8 to 18, or maybe a little bit above. These guys are growing up watching these streamers that are cool to them. So there's going to be a whole new generation where these streamers are cooler than you rappers, and this guy's rapping as well. Let's say a Plaqueboymax. And yeah, the fact that you're like, nah, y'all streamers is lame as hell. Yeah, you were sitting there on a couch in a podcast in an awkward interview. Not a couch, like a seat in an awkward interview with whatever her name was, Bobby Althoff. Like, you are not what is cool. Like, just because you rap and you have the career of people that are somewhat associated with cool, that does not mean you also get that label. It does not work that way. And I mean, when we circle back to that same event, this dude, Bloody Osiris, who I think he's like a fashion guy. It's weird. I've known about this guy's name for 10 years, and there's another guy I think that he's friends with. I forgot that other guy's name, but I don't know. I really don't know what they do. I just know that they're involved in fashion and they're cool with a lot of rappers, but he talks to Yachty and they go on live and he applies, we won't say pressure because these guys are cool, they have a relationship. He contends Yachty's point and he's like, yo, this is not it. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
New York and Milan and all that, but this is where it's fashion week at. You feel what I'm saying? In the States, like, this is where it really go down.
That's not what I meant. I was talking to a specific demographic of New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't never retract. I've never retracted a statement in my life.
Don't ever retract what you say.
Nah,
man.
but I got too much respect for the that came before me. You know what I'm saying? Especially in fashion, because I got so much love for in the history of this fashion music. You know what I'm saying? And they all, most of them, not all, but most of them come from New York. So like, I don't even want that on my name. Because I got too much respect. And where I'm from, when you say some shit, you do some shit that was lame or that wasn't right, you make it right. You feel me? And that's it, really. I mean, I couldn't go on and not make it right because I care too much about fashion. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I want to see though, Bo? I want to see like all the commentators and like the people that was really talking that talk. Like, I want to see, like, let's battle it out. Like, let's really prove whose city is really, really get fly. Yeah. We could talk about history all day. We know what history is, man. History, you know what I'm saying? But let's see who really get fly now, like today, like in which city, which borough, whatever have you. You feel me? Because I see a lot of cities talking like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. I was talking to Jimmy yesterday. I was talking to Jimmy last night about making it something, making it bigger than it is. You know what I'm saying? Making it a actual thing. Because I've seen a lot of people talking who, quite honestly, I personally don't respect when it comes to swag.
You know what I mean? On both ends, I seen talking from New York who like it's like like, and then I seen from Atlanta talking like, yo, bro, I know you ain't talking.
I seen all around who I've never seen step in a good outfit ever in life. So I do want to make it a thing. And I want to, because realistically, my opinion is my opinion. And I'm just one person. And if think they get flyer or whatever.
So even he's saying like, yo, you're not about to do that. It's a New York Fashion Week. It ain't no Atlanta Fashion Week. Like, there's no comparison. Really? And he's talking about like not, because I think Yachty just wants to, I don't even know. But after this, Yachty would go on to talk about, or he would go on to say, yo, I think I'm gonna stay off the internet. I was talking about a specific facet and a specific subsection of New York and this. We're not even talking about New York. Because he, at one point he was saying like people from the Bronx, how they dressed, and then they pulled out his fit and they were like, yo, Yachty in the modern day is dressed like somebody that's from the Bronx in 2007. Like, to say anything about New York fashion, especially within the context of hip hop, is egregious. I mean, like, even let's pull out our buddy Jim Jones, who, you know, he was trying to get into it with Nas. Like, yo, that guy was fly in a different era, and New York, they just got sauce. That's just, it is what it is. And Atlanta, like, New York's got the sauce, Atlanta's got the zest, and I don't know what LA's got. I don't know. I wasn't able to come up with something off the top of my head for LA. Excuse me. You know, I could have paused it and thought of something and it would have seemed clever, but hey, I'm just going off the top of the dome. You know, it is what it is. We got to keep it authentic. But yeah, after that, Yachty was like, you know what? I'm going to chill. I'm going to fall back, this and that. So I just don't think he realizes that you're doing great. You are a great artist. You know how to design other people. Like, for example, like, people thought Caribou was cool, and that before they had their whole back and forth. And Yachty's like, well, I made Caribou. I dressed her. I gave her the music, etc. And it's like, yes, you did. But that doesn't mean you're cool. You can just, or that doesn't mean that people will think you are cool. That's what it is. That doesn't mean that people will think you are cool. So as long as he feels it internally, that's fine. But you don't be walking around like, just because you think streamers aren't cool, that a lot of other kids that are coming up right now don't think that's the coolest person there is. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.